This is coming from the same side who have been braying like the jackasses they are about how high time it is for James Bond to get with the program and let a woman take over. But now they are saying a woman shouldn't replace James Bond. Because why? Not because lore or anything, because let's face it, lore means jack shit nowadays. No, because women are too good for the role of James Bond. Hello, this is Mara Jade, and I'm back with another video with this gem from the gamer. Imagine my shock. But at any rate, let's go into this article so we can get a gauge of the stupidity, yet again coming from author Jade King of the gamer. So without further ado, let's dive into this, shall we? In the words of everyone's favorite politician, Keir Starmer, it's time for James Bond to become a woman. I'm not saying he needs to transition or anything, but society is warming to the idea that the legendary spy has reached a place where he can be portrayed by an actress instead of the long list of men who have occupied those legendary shoes over the years. What is this society you speak of? Twitter is not at all reflective of society. Doctor Who did so successfully with Jodie Whittaker. I can't believe you wrote that. While Pinhead, actually yes I can. While Pinhead is being played by a badass trans woman in the new Hellraiser. But I think Bond's case is different. Oh! How is it different? Is it lore? No. While Daniel Craig has sought to reinvent Bond, and has done so successfully during his tenure, that is very fucking debatable. The character remains a figure defined by toxic masculinity. There it is. The leftist favorite buzz terminology, toxic masculinity. So I have a question for you, Jade. If masculinity is so fucking toxic to you people, why do you applaud when women are taking on masculine characteristics, while they're taking on more masculine roles, if masculinity is so abhorrent? Why? Tell me that. Why? Explain that to me. Why, if it is so toxic, why are you turning your women into men? Into looking like men, into acting like men, and so forth? Why? He is known to take advantage of women for sex, often leaving them to die or subjecting them to danger in ways that are needlessly reckless. Have you watched any of the James Bond movies? I'm not just saying Daniel Craig's movies. I'm talking about the fucking litany of James Bond movies that have been out for decades. I'm talking Sean Connery. I'm talking Roger Moore. I'm talking George Lazenby's single outing as James Bond. I'm talking about Timothy Dalton. I'm talking about Pierce Brosnan. Have you watched any fucking one of those? Guaranteed you fucking haven't. But he's able to play the hero, so replacing his main squeeze in every other movie is hardly an issue. Spectre and No Time to Die subverted this trope, seeing Leah Seydoux, Madeline Swan, return as a capable heroine with her own distinct flaws and motivations. Again, have you watched any fucking James Bond film? Because guaranteed you fucking haven't if you're saying this stupid shit. Guaranteed you fucking haven't. Some fans weren't happy about this development, feeling like Bond's dedication to a serialized tale made it feel unfocused and bloated. But as our own Stacey Henley said, it's the perfect sequel to Spectre. Okay, it's Stacey's opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. All because it cares so much about the groundwork laid so carefully before it. Not a single note of the film feels misplaced. Is Stacey's word gospel? Last time I checked, it isn't. She wasn't subject to the Bond's wishes. In the opening moments, she appears to betray him, so he pushes her away and struggles with the nature of his emotions when she's suddenly thrust back into his life. He's the weak one now, having to contend with the past mistakes while putting Madeline first in an adventure that will ultimately be his last. It's a powerful message that has changed James Bond forever, and whoever picks up the mantle next, here's hoping it's Daniel Kaluuya, will carry all of those lessons with them, as Craig saunters off into the sunset or into Knives Out 2 from the looks of things. I can't even fucking right now at this point. Despite this progress, because it isn't fucking enough to you people, James Bond doesn't need to be portrayed by a woman. It's a role with so much problematic, again, that buzzword, packaging that stems right back to Ian Fleming's heinously misogynistic novels. I imagine Jade would die from shock if she knew how many women enjoyed Ian Fleming's novels, how many women enjoyed watching James Bond movies, how many women enjoyed everything associated with the James Bond franchise. She would die of fucking shock. And I hope Ian Fleming, like I would hope with J.R.R. Tolkien, would rise from the grave just to bitch slap you. That's what I would hope. Because, again, you're drudging up stuff with an individual, in this case Ian Fleming, who is no more, can't defend himself, so you feel within your prerogative, your right, to heap insults and lies and defamatory remarks onto him. If I saw you in the streets, Jade, I would punch you in your tits. If you had any. Guaranteed you probably have balls, in which case I'd kick you in the nuts. I'm serious, those things are disgusting, and we're lucky the cinematic adaptations toned down so much of the awful sexualization and outdated tropes the books seem to revel in. Because that fucking tells me you haven't read any of them. The film execution of Bond can certainly be gross, but I'd never call him a monster, at least not since Connery's days. Daniel Craig's performance especially depicts an aged, almost cynical man who understands the corrupt systems he must operate within. Again, targeting Connery, killing like it's nothing, and struggling to ground himself in the realm of retirement once all is said and done. His dedication to this profession and those who became entangled in it will quite literally be the death of him. God, I want to fucking slap this person. It's a declaration of how the 007 moniker dooms people to oblivion because they're pulled into saving the world again and again, even if they want no part of it. No wonder he goes rogue in almost every film. Bond has it rough. Placing a woman into this role feels unwise, since it shackles them to the exact same vices that Daniel Craig and his predecessors are forced to hold again and again and again. Lashana Lynch's excellent performance as Nomi almost cements that idea. She bears the 007 name, but isn't James Bond as a consequence. She's her own person, a bold, brash, and decidedly modern iteration of the agent she spent years admiring. So basically, she's James Bond, but better. Basically, is what you're fucking saying. In a way, she feels like she needs to surpass him to outsmart Bond at his own game as she's tasked with hunting him down. In the end, she returns the code name, believing it should sit with the person who helped define everything it will ever mean. Nomi doesn't always have the upper hand, but she doesn't have to. She's flawed just like everybody else. Then fucking create a badass female spy agent! It's not that fucking complicated! If she turned in such a good performance that she's so fucking believable in a role like this, then fucking create a role where she plays a badass character, spy, agent, what have you, that happens to be a woman. It's not fucking complicated, but yet you people seem to think it's somehow near impossible. Because toxic masculinity, because misogyny, because sexism. God fucking damn it. The Bond universe should strive to create excellent roles for women like Madeline Swan and Nomi outside of the titular characters, showing that supporting personalities needn't be sexualized. Achievements for the protagonist or nagging motherly stereotypes who exist purely to act as lazy archetypes to move the plot along. Again, tell me you haven't watched a Bond movie without telling me you haven't watched a Bond movie prior to Daniel Craig's iteration. They can have narrative arcs of their own, complementing the central story while also being a fundamental part of it. No Time to Die achieved this and makes the case that Bond shouldn't be a woman far more than he should. The backlash towards casting one in this role would be inconceivable. Just imagine if it was Brie Larson, but we could arguably outsmart these predictable trolls by assembling characters who ascend what Bond is capable of inside his own universe. The next Bond, whoever it might be, needs to reinvent the iconic personality once more, this time into one that is more welcoming and inclusive, even if he's portrayed by yet another straight cis white man. I really want to punch this person in the tits. This will likely be the key to more meaningful, less conventional films that can take the novelizations and reinvent them, which is code for bastardize, in ways that showcase how tired and outdated they truly are. No, they're timeless, they're universal, and if you don't fucking like them, don't read them. Aren't you the same fucking side that tells us that same shit? If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like it, don't read it. Aren't you the same fucking side that loves to say those words? Well, here they come right back at you. If you don't fucking like it, don't fucking read it. It's that simple. It has been that way since the dawn of man. I won't complain if Bond is eventually portrayed by a woman. I guarantee you fucking won't, because you're a fucking hypocrite. And I think it will happen eventually, but I'd much prefer unique fictional identities be crafted in his wake, instead of slotting them into a character who will forever be defined by sexism and misogyny. Women are better than Bond, and that's something that will be proven again and again in the years to come. That is it. That is the level of fucking stupidity from the gamer. They are really hell-bent on saying who could dribble the most drool when it comes to the competition they have with Kotaku and Polygon. Fucking hell. But at any rate, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you agree with the article? Do you disagree with the article? Are you like me and think this is so fucking stupid that to believe it, the person was at all capable of sanely writing this piece of trash is beyond me. So, if you like this video, leave a thumbs up, share on social media if you will. I will not be on Twitch tonight because I will be babysitting my niece, but look for me on Twitch, Jade_Fire, this coming Thursday, and if you follow me on Twitter, under OG Mara Jade, I have a poll going, and your two choices are as simply follows, red or black. You choose one or the other, and all will be revealed Thursday evening when I am back on Twitch streaming Resident Evil 7. So again, like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. This is Mara Jade, catch you on the dark side, and fuck you, Jade King.